November, and I still hadn't found a black-tailed buck. Now, I'd looked for one during the High Cascade hunt near Mount Jefferson, but only managed to see does and fawns. So the Darchris team decided to give it one more try before time ran out and Camp Detroit Lake State Campground. Normally, we totally avoid this area because everyone else didn't, making the area one big noisy conglomeration of folks. By late fall, though, the weather had changed and ran off the hordes of people, giving us full hookups, power, water, and everything, and privacy. We got old Tonto set up and settled in for a week of deer hunting. Seemed like a good idea. Early the next morning found me headed up the Bruno Mountain Road through the fire-burned what used to be forest. As the morning lightened, it looked like it was going to be a beautiful day. I got out of the truck and headed into the woods. The fire had burned up a lot of brush, so I was able to see pretty well with my binos, and I covered quite a bit of country without seeing any deer or signs of deer. Then I found an old, barely recognizable trail, a dozer road or something that crossed the logging road. The old access trail was being used by deer that apparently bedded in the clear cut below and then headed uphill in the morning. There were plenty of tracks. I decided this was a good place to hunt, so I did for a couple of hours without seeing anything, not even a blue jay. Then on top of the hill, I saw that familiar shape of a deer's head, with their ears sticking out to the side. None of the heads had antlers, and I pretty well decided not to take a doe.
I don't see any horns. There's those two, and I saw another one. Oh.
There's got to be a buck somewhere, I thought. But he's not here, so I got to keep looking. I beat the brush until early noon, and I didn't see another deer. That's when I headed back to camp to see what Darcy was up to. It was a beautiful day in late fall, but the trouble with late fall is that the weather can change in a hurry. And it did. Listening to the rain all night, then by morning I canceled my plans to tromp through the woods looking for deer. We decided to instead just walk some of the trails around the campground and see what kind of critters we could find there. Well, the first critter was a heron on a stump getting soaking wet. I think he looked bored. Then we hit on another product of Oregon rain, mushrooms. Now, they'd either be delicious or kill you. We left them alone. Down the trail we went and soon found some not uncommon wildlife, Canada geese, also getting wet. The rain increased. The weather got worse, the day turned gray. We headed back to camp. Ugh, yuck. There was only one thing to do now. Eat. Well, it's raining outside, and it has been all day. We took a walk, saw a few critters out there, but it rained too hard to even hunt today. I hope it's better tomorrow. We'll see. May have to just sit in here and turn on the heat and watch some terrible movie. We've seen several bad ones now. If you ever get a chance to watch Hero, starring Sam Elliott, boy, don't do it. Okay, anyway, what I want to do, we got a couple of steaks that we're going to have for supper tonight, and that'll be good. We know steaks, and that's just a thing for a rainy day. But what I'm going to do is make the best potatoes you can have, and the easiest. That's the beauty about this. It's super easy. Now watch. Now you can use white potatoes, or you can use the little red ones. Anything thin skin. The russet potatoes don't work quite as well because of their thick skin. But here's what you do. Watch close. I'll show you all the secrets here. Okay. Quarter each potato. Don't peel it. I washed them real good, but you don't peel it. And then cut them into pieces like this. Nothing to it. Piece of cake. Or potato, I guess, is more accurate. Okay. You got those all quartered up. That's 2 full potatoes. We'll have potatoes left over, and I don't know what we're going to do with it. Something. Okay. Put all the potato pieces into a bowl. And then, this is canola oil, and you can use any high temperature oil, and I put in 1 tablespoon exactly. That'll be plenty. Okay, then you sweeten it up. This is garlic powder. Pour that in there. Yes, sir, that's probably a good teaspoon, but if you like garlic powder, it might be a little more than that. Then, onion powder. Yes, sir, we want them to taste good. And since it's potatoes, you got to have just a little bit of salt, and I didn't put much in there. It's not even a half a teaspoon. I just like a little salt, but you got to put salt in there. And then, this is what makes these potatoes better than any you've had. This is the secret ingredient that really does it on these potatoes. Look closely. Parmesan cheese, just like you'd put on a slice of pizza or on your spaghetti. Doesn't matter. Parmesan cheese. And be generous with it. Put in at least a good tablespoon. And I'm just dumping it in there. You see that, nothing fancy going on. At this point, you put on a lid. And then turn it. Shake it. Whatever you want to do, cover it with flavor. See that? And that's it. Shake it a little more. Okay. And that's it. That's it. We got a little stove here. Let me see. Then I'll put all of these in here. And what you want to do, put them all skin side down. Skin side down. Do. And that's it. That's all the prep work you got to do. Put it in there, close it up, and we're going to turn this on 425 for 20 minutes. I don't know if you can see that little clicker going there. 20 minutes and they'll be done. And they are the best potatoes. Ah, they come out delicious. So we'll see you in about 20 minutes. I'll get the steaks ready. We'll throw them on. The potatoes will be done. Oh, good, good, good. That's what you do on a rainy day. That's maybe tomorrow I can go back out and hunt deer. But today we'll watch another bad movie and listen to the rain pound on the trailer, and we'll eat too much food. That's one of the penalties of camping, but we enjoy doing it. I'll see you in a little bit. This is what we put on the steaks, Montreal spice. Ah, it's got several kinds of pepper and salt and some other spices. You don't need anything else. I covered one side. I'm going to put these in the pan. Okay. Got that cooking pretty good. Hit the other side. Okay, we'll let that cook 3 minutes on the first side, and flip it over in about 2 more minutes, and that's it. You don't want to cook them too done. Okay.
Yum, yum.
There they are. I think the potatoes are about ready to come out. They should be real close. Okay, so just got half a minute left. I guess we'll call that. Okay, look at that. Got just a little bit of gold to all the potatoes, and they're covered with that salt and garlic powder and Parmesan cheese. That's the big difference. And we'll take this over to the table and dish it up. Oh, you just can't do any better than that.
Looking good. Dinner is served.
Okay. I guess that's it. Time to eat. A little ketchup. I hope that doesn't offend anybody, but those potatoes.
I don't use ketchup, and they're really good by themselves.
Just look at that. A little dunk.
Really tasty. The steaks are perfect.
Yeah, that 3 and 2 on the steaks works out pretty good. Oh, okay. Well, I guess with all of that said, we'll go about. That really is good.
Rainy days, not so bad.
I hope the rain slows down enough that I'll decide to go hunting tomorrow, but I'm not going to go out in that pouring rain.
It was pretty bad. Yeah.
And it does look bad. We'll see.
Well, the next day, Darcy and I each had our own separate challenges.
These are signs of a rainy day in the trailer. We got an audio book playing we're listening to. We do lots of puzzles and games. And Christopher made a paper airplane and flew that around. I think it was with a Scrabble score sheet. But that's what we're doing. And brownies. We're making brownies. Yes, sir. Looking good. Yeah, we got the cribbage board set up. We already played our Scrabble game. Next up is cribbage. And out the window. Don't wipe it so you can see. It's just dripping. It doesn't look bad, but if I zoom in on a puddle, you can see it. You can see it's still coming down. Still coming down. But we'll make the most of it. It's still better than being at home with elections and crap on TV that way. Doing our own crap here, but...
Rain, rain, rain. It's been coming down in torrents. I think I'm going to head back to the trailer. This is ridiculous. Oh well, that's life.
Now I know how Noah felt. Man, I didn't know it could rain so many days in a row. I think we're going to head back to town, and this winter we eat beef. That's okay. It's been fun. We'll try it again next year. But then I remembered what Darcy had said on the first day of our trip.
Well, we may not have caught much fish today. We may not have had the most active year that we've ever had, but you know, it's still, we get away to places where it's very pleasant to be sitting here, you know? Enjoying the sound of the water and just the simple pleasures.
Yeah, Darcy was right. Simple pleasures. And my simple pleasure was to get a buck. So I decided to hunt one more day. Well, it's dark. It's also November 8th, the last day of the Oregon blacktail deer season. And I still haven't got anything. I've passed up a couple of does. I can legally take a doe. But I've held off this far. We'll see. It would sure be challenging if I saw a big dry doe out there. But maybe we just eat beef this winter. We'll do fine. I knew the chances of getting a buck were slim. I hadn't seen one all season, but then I thought of all the people down below in the valley that were waking up on Friday morning and getting ready to go to work. I felt great to be doing what I was doing. I'd rather be looking at this than a time clock. I walked in while it was dark using my headlamp and sat watching the deer trail where it crossed the old logging road. I sat watching the crossing for about half an hour, but it didn't work. Didn't see a thing. So, time for plan B, which I didn't have. Yep, decided to head up the hill and hope for the best. Kind of a thin option, but sometimes you just got to depend on luck. At least it wasn't raining. And then my good old buddy Luck stepped in, and I saw a little piece of white move in the woods down below, maybe 100 yards away. Sometimes luck and I work well together. I'm sure he's down. I didn't see him go down, but I hit him good, I know that. Well, now comes the fun part. Holy cow. Gotta go get him. Oh, there we go. Well, he sure piled up. Oh. Well, I still got one more load to pack out. It'll take about an hour and a half to get to the truck and get back and then pack it out, but it's been fun. Too soon to talk about 2025 deer hunting, but turned out to be a pretty good season this year. Take care.